Yeah, I'd like to say a big thank you to my life donor and hope all the best in her health. And a big thank you to her again. And I'd like to recommend anybody waiting for a kidney to go through with it, because it will be a big improvement in their health and their life.
I'd definitely say, if you're suitable, have one, because you get your life back afterwards. Whereas on dialysis, you're stuck. Life just pauses. But if you have a transplant, then you can have your life back, you're back to normal.
I'm appealing to the Asian people, especially Asian people. Be a kidney donor. To help those who are suffering in a kidney disease for a transplant. Please.
To think that you only need one kidney, and some people are born with just one kidney. I think kidney donation is absolutely a fantastic thing in the way that it can just change people's lives around. I mean, when I was going through hemodialysis, I was talking and listening, and I was just watching people up on the ward, and they were so poorly. And to think that this donation can just change your life around, like for myself, because it's no fun being poorly and being restricted on what you eat, what you do, not knowing what the future holds. Every time the phone rings, you think it might be a transplant team saying, "Oh, we've got somebody, we've got one lined up for you." So I think for somebody to come forward and donate a kidney is absolutely unbelievable.
It's a good feeling, but not from sort of a selfish, "Oh, I did that, well done me" type thing. But it's nice seeing someone else be happy and feel healthy. Particularly if you've always felt healthy, and you look at someone else who doesn't feel like that and think, "Oh God," it would be. I would like them to feel as good as I do.
There's currently thousands of people waiting on the transplant waiting list at this moment in time, and you're in a position where if you have got friends and family, you shouldn't be fearful. You should just ask them, because it is giving you a second chance.
I was hesitant. I didn't like the idea of taking it off a family member, because I thought there'd always be that caveat of, I took a kidney off you.
If I'd ever thought that I'd turn around and use donating my kidney to you as like a bargaining chip, or as I did this for you, then I wouldn't have done it, because I don't think that's I think that's a really negative way to look at it. But we knew that we'd never, because we had that discussion first, we'd said, look, if I give it to you, then it's yours, and it's not mine anymore.
I think it's vital to be really utterly honest with the person that you're giving the kidney to, or vice versa. I think you just don't leave a stone unturned in terms of if there's a worry, or it's just not going to work out if you're not utterly honest with each other. So I think that's very important.
When you are getting towards the time of the transplant, it's worth thinking as a family about some of the practical support that can be helpful. If there are people within the family who can help with lifts to the hospital and back, if there are people who can visit on certain times so that the visiting times are covered, or people that can sit in with the donor whilst the recipient is still in hospital and the close relatives are wanting to visit the recipient, and the donor is sitting at home with an abdominal wound. It's handy to have someone who's able to sit with them. And just making preparations of some of the practical stuff, thinking, if there's going to be two people recovering from abdominal surgery in the house, where are they both going to sit? Have you got suitable chairs with arms that you can push yourself up from? Are they in the room where you'd want to be? If you've got a room where everyone tends to congregate and make cups of tea and chat, you want to be in that room. So it may be worth literally just moving the furniture around a little bit so that you can be sitting in the corner of the room where everyone else is whilst you're recovering.
That's the one thing that I would say, is not to put yourself under too much pressure. It takes as long as it takes. And like I say, be prepared for the fact that you may have dips in mood. Like I say, there is the anticlimax to take into account, and the loss of normal routine. A lot of people like routine. I love routine, and that's one of the things that affected me. So that would be the advice I would give. and just take it as a nice chance to relax. Enjoy the films that you're meant to get round to watching. Enjoy going for walks that you might not normally have time for.
The care we've had has been tremendous. You know, counselling, care, advice, don't worry about that. You know, just talking through anxieties, they've just been fantastic. So my experience of the transplant has been incredibly positive. Well, both of our experiences have been.
Very.
Since I've had the transplant, there's a lady at work who's going to be a donor for her dad, and she thinks my story is very inspiring, and she's nervous but she can't wait to help her dad.